In Module 4, we first looked at your desired outcomes. Then we looked at the steps to conducting data analysis. Finally, we will look at replanning for a future cycle of action research. After you look at the answers to the reflection questions from your first cycle of action research, you have three choices. Do you want to continue the same actions with new groups of students to see how it works with them? Or do you want to revise your research question? Do you want to change parts of the research and try it again? Or are you ready to research a new question? The following 4 slides are examples from ASEAN Teachers Action Research projects that address the replanning and the new questions that arose. In the first example, we see a teacher's replan from their action research using the feedback burger. This teacher decided to keep going with the feedback burger as a method for giving students feedback, to avoid negative language in giving feedback, and to balance the feedback content. For this teacher, this led to new questions raised from their action research. How to help students receive constructive feedback. How to balance oral and written feedback in micro-teaching sessions. And is the feedback burger one size fits all? In our second example, we have a replan for a teacher who did action research using picture descriptions in the classroom. In the replan session, this teacher found that she wanted to continue the use of the picture description in classes. She wanted to implement more activities to describe pictures to see which ones work better, and to use picture descriptions in longer contexts and in writing skills. This led her to develop new questions for future plans in her action research. She asked, how can I encourage my students to make more noun phrase, verb phrases in English during group work activities? How can I help my students describe pictures more successfully? And how does working in groups affect confidence levels? And finally, how does the use of picture description work in longer contexts? Now it's your turn. In the previous video, you looked at comparing your results across your data and answering the reflection questions. Now it's your turn to do these things, number 1 and 2. In this video, we looked at the replanning questions. Now it's your turn to do the replanning questions for your research. When you've completed steps 1 through 3, please share your results and reflections with the COP on the blackboard. Here's a list of all of the assignments you need to complete for Module 4 as a review. The first is to post your themes from column C, handout 4.1, on Blackboard and ask for comments from the COP. This was due April 10th. The second was to complete handout 4.1 and email it to your COP mentor. This was due April 17th. Third was to read Ann Burns' Chapter 5, Reflecting and Planning for Further Action. This was due April 24th. And fourth, share answers to reflection questions and ideas for your replan on Blackboard. And this is due May 1st. As always, please feel free to email your COP mentor with any additional questions you have or for any other support that you need in completing these steps. Thank you for participating in Module 4, and good luck analyzing your data in your research.